On the news, governors and senators appeal to Nigerians, say hardship will soon be over. Airpeace begins direct flights to the United Kingdom. And ECOWAS target $400 million annually for infrastructure development. It's a pleasure to have you join us on TV 360 Nigeria. I'm Tamilore Akinkolye. As Christians celebrate Easter, governors and senators and other prominent individuals have urged Nigerians not to lose hope in the face of the economic challenges in the country. In their various Easter messages on Sunday, they expressed confidence that economic reforms being implemented by President Bola Tinubu will soon end hardship in the country. In his Easter message, the Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum called on the Christian community in the state and Nigeria to pray for President Tinubu to succeed in administering the affairs of Nigeria. Meanwhile, Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja has reassured Nigerians that the service personnel are determined to eradicate terrorism, banditry, and other threats confronting the country. In his Easter message on Sunday, the Army Chief disclosed that the service has recorded a lot of success in the ongoing operations against terrorism and banditry, among others. General Lagbaja, however, charged personnel of the service to use the Easter celebration to offer prayers against all forms of negative forces militating against the peace and progress of Nigeria. A Nigerian carrier Airpeace has reactivated the bilateral air service agreement between Nigeria and the United Kingdom after a 6-year break, marking a significant milestone in air travel between the two countries. The airline has begun direct flights to London, receiving widespread praises and jubilation for passengers and government officials. Previously, the Nigerian to London route had been dominated by British Airways and Virgin Atlantic, leaving travelers reliant on connecting flights and facing long travel times in their quest for cheaper flights. However, with Airpeace entry into the market, fares have dropped and the government is pledged to provide the necessary support for the airline to thrive. Now, the Minister of Aviation emphasized that Airpeace operations would benefit Nigeria by reducing the need for foreign currency repatriation, thus strengthening the local currency. Alain Oyema, chairman of Airpeace, highlighted that the London route would operate daily, catering to the needs of Nigerians who have long complained about high travel costs. Now joining me to discuss this further is Ayo Olumide, an aviation expert. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Olumide. Now, how significant is Airpeace launch of direct flights to London?
Well, it's a good one. What was activated was actually the reciprocity clause in the BASA, because the BASA was already there for a dual designation. It allows what dual designation means is that it allows two airlines to come from that country, and that's why you have British Airways and Virgin Atlantic coming from England. So we are allowed to have two Nigerian airlines to operate into the UK. So as of today, Airpeace have just activated the reciprocity clause that was in that bilateral service agreement, and we hope another airline will be able to join Airpeace. Another Nigerian airline will be able to join Airpeace in the future. But like you said in your news headline, you can see what happened. With the introduction of Airpeace on that route, the fares for tickets began to drop significantly from the about 1.8 to 2 million for the economy class. Now you're looking at tickets running about 1.2, and as of today, Virgin Atlantic has announced a price fare of 980,000 naira.
Right, Mr. Onwayo. Now, with Airpeace entry into this London route, do you think Nigerians would actively use Airpeace instead of these British airlines?
Well, let me say that we enjoin and appeal to Nigerians that you can never be wrong supporting your own. This is the time to pay back, because it shows that the foreign airlines never really loved us, but we're just enjoying the benefits of the monopoly they had on the routes. The fares have been crazy, and now that the Nigerian airline has joined that route, and the fares are dropping. There's a need for Nigerians to embrace this airline and support it and fly with it. While we also enjoy the airline to ensure that they provide good services, go on time, and keep their schedule integrity in place so that Nigerians will continue to patronize them. But I really enjoy. They're getting massive support from the Nigerians. They're getting massive support from the federal government. They're getting support from Nigerians in diaspora. You know, everybody has been very upset and pissed off with the fares, the crazy fares they've been charging Nigerians. And I think this is time for Nigerians to show support by supporting Airpeace on this road.
All right, Mr. Onwayo Lumide, Aviation Expert, thank you so much for your time. Now moving on health matters, at least 2.2 billion people globally have near or distant vision impairment, while at least 1 billion cases could have been prevented or addressed. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, leading causes of vision impairment and blindness at global levels include refractive errors, cataracts, glaucoma, age-related macular degeneration. Now, the chairperson of the Nigerian Optometric Association Lagos State Chapter says common symptoms of vision impairment include eye strains, blurred vision, headache, eye fatigue, which can worsen if not detected on time.
Refractive errors are conditions that requires eyewear, that requires prescription glasses. So it is very important that you use them, because there are some occasions, there are some situations where one fails to use the prescribed glasses as recommended or as such when needed. It can cause a kind of degeneration where vision becomes, suppressed. Vision becomes reduced to a point where we cannot even improve it significantly because the brain has not been getting enough signals over the years. Have a lifestyle where you are always in the field, working under sunlight. It is very important that you shade your eyes, you protect your eyes from the ultraviolet rays of the sun. Why? The reason is because UV rays of the sun predisposes us to developing cataracts earlier than normal. So ideally, in people who live in hot climatic regions, the recommendation is you protect your eyes from the ultraviolet rays of the sun. Although I must stress that the sunshades we get just along the way, they are not really protecting us from the UV rays. They are just shades, which can reduce the brightness of the sun and gives us some measure of comfort. But they don't protect us from the ultraviolet rays of the sun. That is why it is important that whatever eyewear you need to protect your eyes from the UV rays, you get it from eye clinics. Because those sunglasses, the lenses that, for instance, photochromic lenses, transition lenses, are specially made to have this coating that will that protect your eyes from the ultraviolet rays of the sun.
The Department of Public Policy and Administration of the Miva Open University has called for stronger collaboration between students in the field of public administration and experts and practitioners in the industry. The call was made during the maiden edition of the 2024 DPPA Lagos Summit held in Lagos State. Speaking on the theme Building Academic Bridges, the event, which featured lectures on the importance of building connection within and outside the public administration discipline, aims at bolstering connection among students of the department with practitioners and experts in the field. The speakers also charged students to be solution providers and partners with other fields in order to utilize the numerous researches carried out in their institutions.
I'm so happy that surrounding universities in Nigeria are equally beginning to key in by using technology to disseminate information, enhance learning. LMX is the best way to go. And let me tell you now that even at primary school level, our pupils are equally using LMS to learn. That's the best way. And we are saying that there shouldn't be barrier to education. There shouldn't be barrier to education. For the fact that you are working does not mean that you should not learn.
We talked about number one, visibility, and that is why we try to divert the attention of our students from using social media for, all of those stuffs that are not productive, challenging them to, using social media for, productive activities. Okay, we realize that students, they have the device, but they don't even know the use. So the first purpose is what we established to ensure that all our students are on LinkedIn, and of course they are also, linked to scholars, they are linked to professionals, they are linked to practitioners. Okay, and so through that they are being recognized and identified with great people, with scholars in their field.
And the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, says it requires about $5.2 billion to address the infrastructure deficit with a view to achieving its main objective of improving economic growth in the region. The ECOWAS Commissioner for Infrastructure, Energy and Digitalization, Sadiq Odoka, at a press conference in Abuja, reviewed the plans at advanced stage for the creation of an ECOWAS Infrastructural Development Fund for financing of the transport and energy sectors. It described the project as a viable funding mechanism expected to generate close to $400 million annually, adding that it is financed by taxing member states' main export resources like agriculture, oil and gas, as well as natural minerals.
We did data collection and the study, and we undertook feasibility studies. And this study showed that if member states agreed to establish this fund, we can generate almost $400 million per year to finance energy and infrastructure project. Now it's the issue how to do all the consultation that member state will agree on the taxation, because it will be based on taxation on exported product exported. We have don't confuse with the community levy. This one is based, the calculation is based on importation, but for this fund we want to base it on exportation of mining, agriculture, oil and gas product. But as I said, we think that perhaps by the end of this year, member state, because since now almost 10 years, we did many sessions, many consultations, many studies. We update the studies. We do also macroeconomic analysis to see that by taking this decision, it will not disequilibrate or imbalance the economy. All this has been done. Now it's just an issue, perhaps of political will, an issue to agree on the formula.
We'll take a break here, but still to come, Pakistan court suspends Imran Khan's prison sentence. Full details of the story after this break. Now, a quick recap of our top stories. As Christians marked Easter, prominent figures in Nigeria, including governors and senators, have encouraged citizens not to lose hope amidst economic challenges. They voiced optimism in President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms, expressing belief that these measures would alleviate hardship nationwide. We also told you that the ECOWAS has announced the need for $5.2 billion to address the infrastructure deficit in the region, aiming to enhance economic growth. Sediko Dioka, the ECOWAS Commissioner for Infrastructure, Energy and Digitalization, disclosed plans for an ECOWAS Infrastructural Development Fund to finance transportation and energy sector. The project will be financed through taxes on member states' primary export resources, including agriculture, oil and gas, and natural minerals. Now, in case you missed any of our news bulletin or for more updates, you can catch us on Lime's World TV and AVO TV, or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria, or download our mobile app on Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery, and Apple Store. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online. Let's now join Okpeyemi Osheni for business news. Okpeyemi, what's the latest?
Well, Tamilore, the stock market is still closed because of the Easter celebrations. But on business, the Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria has reiterated its commitment to maintaining collaboration with the Central Bank of Nigeria to ensure that all benefit mutually, preventing exclusion and the dominance of the sector by larger entities. President of APCON, Aminu Gwadwawa, disclosed this over the weekend and said that the recall of his members into the foreign exchange market has led to stability in the exchange rate. He applauded the CBN and other relevant agencies for acknowledging the BDCs as a crucial component of the forex market and an efficient mechanism for transmitting exchange rates in forex management. Still on business, economists have lauded the federal government's move to ban the exportation of liquefied petroleum gas, also known as cooking gas, until local demand has been met. The government also withdrew all taxes and levies from importation of gas-related equipment to improve supply to the domestic market. Speaking in an exclusive interview with TV360 Nigeria, Oluseye Ajuwo, a lecturer of economics at the University of Lagos, says it's a step in the right direction to ameliorate the spike in the price of cooking gas.
This is a problem of demand and supply. It's not as if that gas is not there, but the production fix what we are consuming is what is raising the price. So what government have done is to ensure that, okay, not until the local demand has been met, we are not to export our liquefied gas, which is known in this part as the cooking gas. So it's a good policy in the right direction. What is happening now in Nigeria is that the prices of everything is going up, and it's pushing Nigerians into what they are not supposed to be doing. So if the price of liquefied gas is too much beyond the reach of the common man, which is already beyond the reach of the common man, then the next thing we see is people will start, resorting into the use of either sawdust, charcoal, and this is what governments don't want. Because it's not just about getting your meal cooked using the cooking gas. It's also about saving the environment.
Well, that's it on business news. Back to you, Tamilore, for the rest of the news.
Thank you, Okpeyemi, for that update. Well, on global scene, a Pakistan court has suspended former Prime Minister Imran Khan's jail sentence in a case related to illegal selling of state gifts. Khan and his wife Bushra Bibi were each handed a 14-year sentence in the case on January 31st, just a week ahead of the February 8 election, which Khan's party alleged were rigged. The 71-year-old is accused of not disclosing assets based on the sale of state gifts worth more than 140 million rupees he received when he was the Prime Minister from 2018 to April 2022. The Islamabad High Court on Monday said the couple's sentence will remain suspended until a decision is taken on the case after the Eid holidays, which begins in 10 days. And up next is Entertainment Report on News Now.
Popular comedian and filmmaker AY has finally addressed the rumors that he has had the child out of wedlock. AY has sparked reactions after he celebrated the birthday of the 17-year-old boy he referred to as his son on Instagram. The comedian has now clarified that the boy isn't his biological son, but his younger sister's. Speaking at the Easter edition of his show AY Live, the comic explained that his sister's son is also his son. Chance Pedomo, the actor of the known series Gen V and Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, has died in a motorcycle accident, although circumstances of his incident remained unknown. The British-American actor's death was confirmed by his agent on Saturday, March 30th. Pedomo was only 27 years old when he died. The late actor rose to prominence of his role as Ambrose Spellman in the Netflix series The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Pedomo appeared in 4 seasons from 2018 to 2020. And that's it on the entertainment segment on News Now. Queen Ibanigo, TV360 News, Lagos.
And finally on sports, Manchester City goal poacher Erling Haaland said that his team can still win the English Premier League EPL title despite their goalless draw with title contenders Arsenal on Sunday. The encounter, which took place at the Etihad Stadium, saw Manchester City and Arsenal and Liverpool the advantage in the Premier League title race. The Norway international, who is undoubtedly the best striker in the Premier League, has scored 29 goals and provided 6 assists in 35 games, which is a phenomenal return. And that wraps up our bulletin on News Now. Many thanks for watching. I'm Tamilore Akinkole. See you again next time.